You've got one here.
Something quite controversial there around this personal branding, particularly of marketers, and juniors will tell you that they are now, they call them influencer CMOs, because the perception is actually we are doing the work. They are more worried now about how they look.
Yeah.
I used to work where they will say the moment you try to become a little more important and prominent than your brand, we moved you.
Yes.
We moved you because now you take away the spotlight from what you're actually supposed to be doing. It comes onto your brand. So there's a fine balance there. And then the other last point is around authenticity. A lot of innovations that we are benefiting from did not happen because it was the outcome that was desired. It's a mistake that happened, but suddenly you find this is a product that we now
completely
have. I'm not saying anything, but there's a little blue pill that was meant to do something for the heart, but then it directed blood somewhere else. And then suddenly there's a product in the market, and many others.
But I really love that there is less tolerance online for people bullying and commenting on you not looking perfect, or oh, your lash is coming off, oh, look at the hairline is not right, or look at the cellulite. I love that there's less tolerance for all of that, and people are encouraging content creators and brands to be authentic. The burger doesn't have to have the tomato sauce exactly falling off,
and it looks this high when you get it.
It's completely proportionate, and because that's it's human nature, right? And if you want content to be personalized and you want those conversion rates to be hitting those targets, you got to appeal to people like everyday people like us.
Do you think that's a generational thing? Is it kind of the younger sort of consumers, etc., kind of looking at TikTok and all that, something like, I could do that, like that's me, I can relate to that, rather than use something that's clearly an actor, it's been professionally filmed, all those sorts of things.
It's all of them, I guess. That's why you have to, it's going to become so difficult when everything's available to you, to consumers. As I said earlier, when we talk about targeting, when you do piece of content, you almost need to remember that it might have to live in multiple places, and then can you really reach all those multiple places, or should you focus on your core audience, and if the others see it, then it remains true to what it is. And that's where I guess any brand managers or people in brand management will need to be quite careful that they don't just go with the trend, but make sure that their brand is relevant within the trend. It's almost like riding a wave or surfing a wave, isn't it?
Yeah. I think also not every trend is for you. Not every cultural moment is for you to get involved in. Maybe it's not your space. Maybe you're not the right voice. Maybe it's Craig's poem, for example.
That's a lesson I'm prepared to share with everyone.
But honestly, I think when we think about any marketing, or at least for me, I always go back to consumer. You've got to invert your
Basics,
thinking, right? Back to basics. And then secondly, for me, when you're thinking about what you were saying about the omni-channel approach, right? It's also understanding that the consumer of today behaves differently on every platform, is looking for something different on every platform. So number one, understanding who's my consumer, where are they, and what are they looking for there. You might even find that it is your consumer, but it's only relevant to you on two platforms, and only on one of them is there a trend aspect that speaks to your consumer. The authenticity has to lead the relevance.